Good to be with you this morning. This is a place that I actually have received some training from, so it has a fond place in our heart, and we appreciate the work of Morton in this place, the Leadership Institute, your and Helen's commitment to freedom and conservative principles. I mean, that is what we need, and we certainly appreciate that. Appreciate all your support of the Leadership Institute and the good work that goes on here. Let me just start with a couple questions. First time in my life where I've been somewhat anxious about where we're heading. And frankly, all you got to do is look at the last 2 weeks. If you're concerned about something, who would have thought that we would see a time where the President of the United States can decide who's the CEO of a company in this country? I mean, who'd have thought that? And I understand GM stuck its hand out, invited the heavy hand of government, but still, unprecedented measure we saw this week where the President of the United States decides who's going to be. I thought that was a decision for the stockholders and the board to decide who's going to run the companies in this country. And then, of course, 2 weeks ago, you saw your Congress was, sticking their finger in the wind and thinking they had to do something as crazy as put a 90% tax on the. Again, AIG invited this when they took the money, but the actions of the Congress saying we're going to. I mean, frankly, I thought the tack that the Congress took, I voted against it. The tack that the Congress took was entire. If it was so bad, go get 100% of the money. Don't levy a 90% tax on the bonuses that the folks from AIG. So I think it's appropriate that we are a little nervous. And frankly, the good news is the American people are getting it. I was telling someone earlier, 3 weeks ago, on the first nice spring day in Ohio, sunny Sunday afternoon when families could be spending time with their family, 5,000 people showed up in Fountain Square, downtown Cincinnati, at one of these taxpayer tea parties to say, stop the insanity in Washington. Start behaving like you're supposed to behave. Start representing us, the people. And so it was good to see that the people are starting to get it. Hopefully the politicians will, but I'm a little skeptical of that. And I just want to talk real quickly about a few things that are going on right now and why I believe you're actually seeing what I've called an attack on the values we cherish and an attack on the liberties and freedoms that we also cherish. And just think about two things that have happened on the value side. Two things that happened with the new administration. The Mexico City policy issue and the stem cell issue when we think about protecting the sanctity of human life, what the president has done. Totally wrong. Totally wrong what he's done with the executive orders. And now think about what the administration and the Congress are going to try to do in the next 8 weeks. 6 things. I told a group Monday back in our district in Ohio, to do any one of these at any time is a bad idea. To do any one of them during a recession is a worse idea. To attempt all 6 during a recession is plain crazy. But that's exactly what your Congress, your government's going to try to do in the next 8 weeks. Think about it. It starts this week with the budget. I'm on the budget committee. Had a vote on the budget bill last week in the committee, and this budget's unbelievable. It's going to be on the floor. Well, we'll be debating it tonight. It'll be on the floor for a vote tomorrow. I'm actually sponsoring a alternative budget as the budget task force chairman of the Republican Study Committee. A budget we're going to offer is actually going to balance something you would think that government should do. Families and taxpayers and business owners have to do that. But think what they're going to do, and it starts with this budget. Over the next 8 weeks, the attacks on freedom. First with the budget, tax increases. Anytime you raise taxes, you are diminishing the freedom of current Americans, taking more of our money, depriving us of the opportunity to use that money on our goals, our dreams, the things that have real meaning, real significance to ourselves, our families, to our small business. So largest tax increase in history coming in this budget. Continuation of unprecedented spending. I mean, it is out of control. And you've heard all the stories. What the Obama administration and the Obama and Democrat budget will do in the next 6 years to the national debt, they will add more to the national debt in the next 6 years than the previous 43 presidents did combined. Now think about that. From George to George is how I like to say it. From Washington to Bush, we didn't pile up as much debt as our government's going to pile up in the next 6 years. The 10 largest deficits are the next 10 years. I mean, this is an attack on future generations' freedom, our kids and our grandkids, because when you borrow that much, when you spend that much, and understand this too, we always hear about tax and spend politicians. It's actually the opposite. It's spend and tax. Spending always drives the equation. You have to attack the spending. When you spend as much as government likes to spend, particularly the federal government, you have to tax and you have to borrow. And when you do that, you mortgage the future of our kids and our grandkids. You harm the liberties and freedoms of future generations of Americans. Terrible, terrible direction we're headed with this out of control spending.